Our history in Hawaiian martial arts actually starts in the 1930s with this, the Okazaki group. Henry Okazaki, seen seated here third from the right, began a system called Danzen-ryu, one of the first mixed martial arts, bringing many different styles under one roof. Ed Parker began studying judo before Kempo from this man, Ken Kawachi, who was from the Okazaki group. Here's one of the first original Kempo pictures, with James Matosi in the center and William K.S. Chow standing far to the left. These are two of the most important names in our history of Kempo. Here they are again, with Matosi center in the back and Chow just off to his right. From this group eventually came Ed Parker, Carlo Emperado, and many other great martial artists who contributed to American martial arts. This next photo shows Thomas Young, senior instructor of the Kempo group, seated here second from the left. Although this is the Kempo group, the photo's taken in the Okazaki dojo. Everything seems to indicate that everyone worked together at that time. Here you see James Matosi with the opening of his school. Matosi was the 21st descendant of the Kosho-ryu system, a Chinese system handed down by Buddhist monks. He was responsible for bringing it to Hawaii. A very religious man trying to combine Buddhism and Christianity together. Paradoxically, he died in California State Penitentiary convicted of murder. It's William Chow that Mr. Parker was most heavily influenced by. This man's incredible power and speed gave him the nickname of Thunderbolt. This is the Chinese side that so heavily influenced Mr. Parker and consequently all of us. Another family art handed down by the teachings of their father. All of the Hawaiian martial arts consider themselves from the same family. Here you see second from the right Tino Tuliasega, the senior Grand Master of Lima Lama, and in front of him Solomon Kaihivalu, the senior Grand Master of Lua, both sister arts to Kempo Karate. Although many forms of martial arts have been in the United States before, in 1954 Ed Parker opened the first commercial karate school, became instructor, mentor, and friends to some of the biggest names in Hollywood. But the most famous of all Mr. Parker's students, of course, was Elvis Presley. Here they both are with Gil Hibben, Kempo black belt and world-renowned knife maker. But who could forget Mr. Parker's performance as the ninja in Blake Edwards' The Pink Panther? A man whose life is full of an incredible list of accomplishments. But across the board everyone agrees his greatest gift was his intellect. To take this art and bring in the scientific principles and concepts, therefore making it practical and easy to teach and easy to learn. Being a part of that group in the mid-'80s was an amazing time in my life. Whether it's tennis, violin, or martial arts, when you're touched by the hands of a master, your life changes forever. Then in 1986, Mr. Parker asked Brian Hawkins and myself to join him for weekly lessons at his home. I became a part of this group. On the left is Pat Salantri, who started several months prior, and second from the right is Barbara Hale, who was there at least 2 years before me. Then in November of 1990, I starred in a film for Paramount called The Perfect Weapon. What an incredible time in my life. I was able to take the art of Kempo Karate to film the way Mr. Parker always wanted. This next sequence of pictures are my favorite. Here Mr. Parker on the set is teaching me the way he wants it done. I understand it, and he knows it. But The Perfect Weapon was just the beginning.